Well, is this what all GOP presidential candidates should expect? Congresswoman Mia Love, the Republican from Utah, has been in similar situations before, and she joins us live from D.C. What a pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
All right. So, listen, you had to go through this when you were interviewing after you won a fantastic election, some of the reaction from the mainstream media, some of the liberal media. Tell us how that impacted you.
It's par for the course. I mean, are we surprised that the mainstream media is going to, bash a conservative? It's just par for the course. That you just have to ignore it and continue to go and represent people. And I certainly try to do that every day for the state of Utah.
Well, we see with Senator Cruz that they're saying things that he is, a guy that is uncompromising conservative, that he is a person who has essentially radical ideas that'll take this country backwards. How do you see it?
I think the important thing for us to focus is not on the who, but the what. I want a president who is going to focus on a positive agenda that's going to unite the party and unite Americans. I think what we need to do as Americans is make sure that anyone who's going to divide us based on race, income level, social status, who's not going to talk about the issues, the fiscal issues that our country faces, we should reject that person and look for someone who is going to unite us as Americans and really talk about some of these fiscal issues that we face as a country.
There's some important points here with his candidacy and those of other minority candidates. Here we have tremendous diversity, tremendous opportunity in this country. You have people stepping out as stars in the GOP, like yourself, a woman, an African-American, coming forward, representing those principles, loving this country. We see that with Senator Cruz as well. Why can't we celebrate that and point out and highlight the positive aspects of that achievement and that growth?
It's really interesting. There was an interview with CNN a few days ago where Stephen A. Smith from ESPN urged Black Americans to start voting GOP. And I think when he starts talking about those things, we should start listening. If you think about some of the cities and the towns that have the poorest among us, the most vulnerable among us, those towns have been run by the liberal left for decades, and we have to kind of figure out who is going to take us from the lowest common denominator and bring us up. Who's going to give us the opportunity to rise to the occasion and become independent, contributing members of society? Because that's what we want as Americans. We don't want to be dependent on a federal government. We want to be able to do for ourselves and for our community, and really work hard to try and give back to the places that we live in.
Absolutely. There's tremendous opportunity out there. We want to give people a hand out to help them move forward, to create more vibrant economic communities. And why not give the GOP a chance? Because the other side has had their chance to do it as well. All right, Mia Love, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kimberly.
And if you thought the